What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course, and we are going to be throwing some not super flippy but kind of medium flippy distance drivers, looking for something to replace my Fission Photon. So we have this ESP Zeus, which is pretty seasoned, somewhat flippy, and then we have this K1 Soft Grim X. Both of these are something that when I throw them, I know that I can get a flip up out of them. I want to see how close they fly to the Fission Photon, because it's about to get real flippy and I need something to replace it. So we are here at hole 12, shortest pad. Let's watch some discs fly. I'm very tired right now. I worked a partial shift this morning, so I've been up since before midnight, and this is video number 9 that I'm filming today. So I am definitely putting in the miles. Gonna throw Photon first to kind of show you what we're working with, and then I'm gonna go these two. Okay, that one was on a lot of hyzer, but it flipped up a little bit. It didn't fully flip up to flat, but I know if it hits like 4 or 5 more trees, it might do one of those flip up to flatten right away with the wind when I'm not expecting it. So, nice pink Zeus. Pretty similar. Grim X. Okay, they're all pretty similar. I think at this point it's going to be somewhat about hand feel. I'm going to throw them on a couple of the more longer driving holes on this course, and we'll get to really see the flight. I think I've got like a tailwind on this hole, so that's why they didn't really flip. So hopefully we'll get to play around with the wind and see some different angles. You jump to the long tee pad for 9. I'm going to try to throw most of these flat and see what the wind does to them. Hopefully they don't end up across the street. Oh boy. That one's across the street. Whenever I'm on this hole, I always forget that I actually need to aim at the left trees to make the drive get there. Wind is being weird today. What is it doing? It was like a weird wind on the first hole, because it was a tailwind at the tee pad and then a headwind when we got further down. I don't know. There we go. That's a full flight. We got to see something there. That's the Grim X. That one I really do like it because it's the more gummy, and since I'm going to use this disc a lot in the woods, I like a gummier disc. It's kind of fun. I think I might have walked enough today. We're going to throw them. This is hole 20 from the long pad. I'm going to push it down the tunnel and see what happens. Fairway finder right there. Good branch on the way too. Yeah. It's good, but it just flips a little bit too much in that headwind. Grim X now. Yeah. Grim X. Honestly, might just... Photon, what are you doing right now? Hole 8's long pad is like the perfect drive for this type of disc. Something that's gonna go real straight, maybe a touch of turn or touch of fade, but it's pretty much just gonna go right down the middle. Perfect for these discs. Oh, that's the ground play that I never thought I could get, but it happens sometimes. I threw that way too low. This one needs to be higher. Well, that was certainly higher, way too high. Let's see if this can do something for us. I don't know, I think the Photon might have to come out and that one go in. It looks like they were all three very similar shots, but one of those was all air. The one that's actually closest to the basket. Now what happens when I throw these on my normal release, anhyzer, hole 13 is gonna show us. I did not even know that I could throw a disc to that point. That's amazing. Oh boy, no. It was holding over great, and then there was a tree, and then another tree, and a power pole, and whatever else. There is a complete mirage of power cables and stay cables and guide cables, guide wires, telephone cables, telephone poles, and that's even before you get into the woods. I'm pretty lucky to make it through with the Photon shot. I want to go down there and see how far it is, because it looked like that might have been the best throw I've ever had on this hole. Closest I've been to this was actually on those logs when they were back right here. And that was with a 6-claw Zeus on a forehand. That pin is really hard to get to. And I don't have a bad shot for the pin it's at either. Possibly the best drive I've ever thrown. Jumped over to hole number 8 on the short pad. We already threw the long pad. This time we're going forehand. And I was using this disc as one of those forehand and then just turn. So I wonder what these discs will do when I throw them on a forehand. How does that stability affect it? Yeah, that's a super useful shot in the woods to be able to throw through a gap straight in front of you and have it bend and come back. I'm not throwing on a flex line, I'm throwing it flattish and the disc is doing the work. Let's see if the Zeus can match it. Oh. It was matching it and then a gust of wind just dropped it, but it was the same thing. But you saw that elevator shaft just drop it straight now. Grimex. I do like this K1 soft plastic. It feels very similar, like K1 plastic from Castaplast is absolutely amazing. The K1 hard feels really good, flies really great. The K1 soft has the same amount of give to it that you get from like the Flex one from Discmania. It's amazing. That one I did turf. I turfed it, I threw it on anhyzer straight at the ground. It's never gonna do what you want when you throw it like that. We're gonna go maybe 1, maybe 2 more holes. We're definitely gonna play 18 and might throw in another one for fun. I'm in a weirdly goofy mood right now, so I'm gonna throw hole 17 because I want to get the forehand to flex and go through that left gap and still come back. I want that shot, so I'm gonna try it. Or I just lace it. I threw it on hyzer, thinking the wind was gonna flip it. Alright, this is flat. It was over there, but too much over there. Yeah, no. Wrong day to try to throw forehand into this wind. We gotta throw. We got a Yeah, pretty stiff headwind. Cool. Going, all 3 of them. If the headwind drops, I'll throw them flattish. If the headwind picks up, I'll throw them on hyzer. Yeah, great little flip up, ride straight, and then finish. And you really, like, you can get that flight from a brand new disc, but it's pretty difficult to get that flight from a brand new disc. It is much better, if you want that exact flight, get a more overstable disc than you want and kind of season it into that point, because if you buy just a brand new disc, it's gonna be that way for a couple of weeks, and then it's gonna be flippier than you want. Too high. The disc that I think will replace the Photon, possibly as soon as I get back to my car. I don't know which one I'm putting back in the bag yet. We'll see here. That headwind, the headwind I just showed you, that disc went over 400 feet. All right, Photon, your sideline for the time being, Grim X, K1 soft plastic. You're going in the bag. You're definitely gonna be a workhorse. If you're looking for any cool new discs, check out another round Asheville, or subscribe to my channel. I'm doing giveaways at 250 and 500 subscribers. So if you want to be entered into any of those giveaways, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below for any cool new videos that you would like to see. And until next time, see you out on the course. Oh, not the pine bark. Yuck, pine sap.